Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I don't want to talk about a word so much as a gesture, and it's a very common gesture we see nowadays, especially on social media. So my husband and I were out shopping the other day, and I don't know if you've seen these. We have a road that has a bunch of stores alongside, and then there's a huge parking lot, and then another row of stores. And so we were going to go shopping, and my husband kind of parked in the middle of the parking lot. And afterwards I said, do you want to get groceries? Because grocery store's right there. And he says, sure. And he got in his truck, and I said, why don't we just walk? It's right there. He goes, no, I'm going to drive to that parking lot. And I was like, okay, I'm going to walk. And so as he drove by me, I kind of stuck my thumb out like, hitchhikers, pick me up. If you're not from the 70s or 80s, you probably haven't seen that too much unless you watched a lot of old movies. Anyways, so I started thinking, I was like, where did that gesture come from? So I wanted to look into the history of that gesture, the thumbs up gesture, and what we've been told by Hollywood is not exactly correct. Hi, my name is Dina, and this is Correctish English, where we find out why we say what we say, or why we do what we do, why it bothers some people, and why it actually all kind of makes sense. So, thumbs up gesture, it had a long, messy path to what we know today. And it wasn't always positive, and it wasn't always polite. So it actually has ancient roots, which is not what Hollywood told you. People often associate it to ancient Rome, where they used the thumbs up to spear the gladiator, or the thumbs down to kill the gladiator. And it's probably wrong, allegedly, maybe, perhaps. Historians think Romans used different thumb positions, and the meaning wasn't as simple as up, live, down, die. So what matters though is this: the thumb is already being used as a symbol of judgment or decision. So the idea of the thumb carrying meaning is very old. And I went back to look at rule of thumb. Rule of thumb actually has nothing to do with the thumbs up being okay gesture. Okay, so it slowly comes to mean approval. So over centuries in parts of Europe, a raised thumb started to resemble a gesture of agreement, acknowledgement, good or fine. But it wasn't universal, and in some cultures it was, and still is, offensive, closer to giving someone the middle finger. So depending on what country you're in, be careful what you do. So this wasn't a clean global shift. It was more like different regions assigning different meanings until one version started to dominate. So the real turning point was the 20th century America. The modern meaning really locks in during the rise of mass culture in the United States. And a few things happened at once. Got World War II pilots. Pilots and ground crews used the thumbs up to mean ready, good to go, everything checks out. Still use it today. And that's huge because it ties the gesture to clear, practical approval. All right, then you've got Hollywood and the media. Movies and cartoons spread the gesture visually. And once audiences repeatedly saw characters use the thumbs up to mean good, it reinforced the association. Then brands started using the association to signal satisfaction and trust. And it became shorthand for this product is approved. And you're just like, well, but where did the hitchhiking come in? So the hitchhiking actually helped to normalize it. So during the Great Depression and later decades, hitchhikers used thumbs up on the roads. And this added another layer, meaning I'm good, I'm safe, pick me up. So now the gesture carried a mixture of meanings: approval, safety, friendliness, and a request, all reinforcing the same general vibe and being positive and non-threatening. Okay, so then the digital era locked it in. Okay, then came texting and social media, and the thumbs up emoji basically cemented one dominant meaning worldwide: okay, got it, or approved. Obviously, like Facebook turns it into even, gives it even more power by turning the thumbs up into a button. So literally a way to approve of something with one tap. And this is an interesting twist and where it gets fun. So even today in parts of the Middle East, South America, and Africa, it can still be considered rude or offensive. So with younger generations, especially online, using the thumbs up can feel passive aggressive, dismissive, or I'm ending the conversation without saying it. Same gesture, totally different tone. A simple way to think about it. The thumbs up became okay because it was visible, it was simple, it got reinforced by war, media, and tech. But underneath that, it's always been a gesture about judgment. We just softened it into approval. That's all I have for today. If you like to learn where old things come from, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next one.